SpongeBob SquarePants and the Nicktoons Grabjet Racing was a racing game planned for release in 2009 featuring characters like SpongeBob SquarePants, Barnyard, Ren and Stimpy, Fanboy and Chum Chum, My Life as a Teenage Robot, The Mighty Bee, and possibly more. Before its cancellation, the ESRB rated the game and gave it an E rating, along with stating that it was intended to be released for the Xbox 360 and PC. The name of the developers and publisher, however, have not been revealed. The game would have played similarly to the game series Mario Kart and F-Zero, in the sense that it would have been played at a fast pace and had a feature for battling with weapons, along with panels on the track which when a character drives over them, the cart would have slowed down or spin out. Every character would have been assigned a unique cart, which stayed in the art style of the series represented but made into a futuristic version. The game never left the beta stage and was cancelled due to financial difficulties. Only screenshots can be found online and no builds of the game have been found. The Fairly Oddparents is a popular Nickelodeon animated series created by Butch Hartman that aired from 2001 to 2017. The show centered around a boy named Timmy Turner who, with the help of his fairy godparents Cosmo and Wanda, can wish for anything he wants. The show was massively successful, lasting 10 seasons and becoming the second longest running Nicktoon behind SpongeBob SquarePants. On July 2, 2004, the season 5 episode Crash Nebula premiered. Originally, this was going to be a pilot episode for a spin-off focusing on Crash Nebula, who was a superhero who had made numerous appearances throughout the show. The pilot was such a hit that around 2005 to 2006, Hartman and Paramount Pictures were considering making a movie to go along with the series. It's been thought that the movie was cancelled due to having various similarities to the 2005 Disney film Sky High, but this is not confirmed. The original pilot was later implemented into the Fairly Oddparents as a 10th episode of the 5th season. Given how Hartman left Nickelodeon in early 2018, the series and movie have no chance of ever seeing the light of day, and aside from the pilot, nothing has materialized from the rest of the series or the movie. From 2009 until August 2013, there's a Nick.com flash game known as the Nickelodeon Game Builder. This flash game allowed users to create their own levels using assets based on various Nickelodeon properties. Several variants of this creator were released, based on SpongeBob SquarePants, iCarly, The Penguins of Madagascar, Fanboy and Chum Chum, and Avatar: The Last Airbender. 2 different versions were released. The first version had a much smaller frame than the second version, but it included checkpoints along with the ability to change the character and background that appeared on the level's title screen. The second version had a much wider and larger frame and a revamped interface, but removed checkpoints and the ability to change the title screen in any way. It's believed the way the title screen looked depending on the character you chose for the level. The player could choose which character the player chooses to play as, and all of them play identically with double jumps. The games were removed from a site a few years later, making them unplayable. However, the games can still be accessed but are buried in the site. The catch is you can't actually play the games, as an error message will pop up. This is because the site is attempting to load the SWF files, but it can't. CatDog Saving Mean Bob was a cancelled action video game based on the popular Nicktoon CatDog for the original PlayStation and PC. Not much is known about it other than the fact that Robert Lamorhu, who worked on the game while he was also working on the PC game CatDog Quest for the Golden Hydrant, and that it would have been developed by Nowhere and published by Hasbro Interactive. It is unknown if anyone involved in the game's production owns a prototype or if the game was even completed, as no other information can be found about the game. The game was most likely canned after the sale of Hasbro Interactive to the French company Infogrames in January 2001. There is evidence that this game was somewhat far along in production as there was a Blockbuster page created for the game, along with promotion in media like Billboard magazine in February 2000 and PSX Nation in March 1999. Bubbleguppies is an animated series on Nick Jr. created by Robert Skull and Johnny Belt and produced by Wild Brain Entertainment. The series revolves around 6 fishtail children learning about various preschool subjects throughout each episode by their teacher, Mr. Grouper. The series was being produced at Guru Studio and Nick Digital in September 2006. On January 2007, an episode known as Happy Clam Day was finished and ready to be produced. Many of the characters didn't have the same voice actors and the animation is drastically different from the final product. Guru Studio and Nickelodeon had the series due to air on 2007 to 2008 for their first season, but only 10 episodes were produced at the time. Around 5 months after the 10th episode was finished, Viacom laid off approximately 720 staff members from their company, including the employees for Guru Studio and Nickelodeon. The show's producers decided to give up hope after the mass firing until Wildbrain heard about the series and decided to pick it up. Adjustments were made and the series was in competition with the show Team Umizoomi. Then on January 24, 2011, the series made its debut and had 20 episodes ready to air. A video known as Nick at Uber Hotmix Lossless Desktop was posted showing clips from the pilot, but the video was privatized in 2019. As of now, only one small clip and a screenshot of the pilot along with a few concept art images have resurfaced. Back at the Barnyard was a TV series that aired on Nickelodeon from 2007 to 2010 and on Nicktoons in 2011. The show was a spin-off of the 2006 film titled Barnyard. 6 years before the film's release, around the year 2000, a test pitch for the series was created. It was advertised with the tagline, "What do animals do when humans aren't watching?" The pitch ended up never releasing, but footage can be found in an old teaser trailer from 2005. Screenshots from the short can also be found online. It was rumored to be a pilot for the show at first, but it was revealed later in a tweet by Todd Grimes, who is the director of the show, that it wasn't a pilot but just a test pitch. Me and My Friends is a live-action pilot episode taped at Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, Florida. It was written and produced by Janice Burgess, and it was taped from September to November 1998. The pilot was declined by Nickelodeon, but in 2002, Janice reworked the concept into an animated pilot featuring the same characters. This second pilot was successful and became the CGI animated series, The Backyardigans. Janice is a former television producer for Nickelodeon. In 1998, she was given the opportunity to pitch a live-action TV pilot at the request of her manager, Brown Johnson. She ended up pitching a concept titled Me and My Friends, which followed 4 full-body puppet characters as they took on adventures in their shared backyard. The pilot was declined by Nickelodeon, but Brown Johnson insisted that she liked Janice's characters and would like to see them in a different form. In the early 2000s, Janice reworked the concept into a CGI animated short. This short was successfully picked up as The Backyardigans, which premiered in 2004. The animated series notably added a 5th main character, Austin the Kangaroo, who did not actually appear in Me and My Friends. The character's appearances are not much different from that of the CGI series, besides a few minor differences. The backyard setting also has some differences, a shed and a gate are visible which do not appear in the final series. Also, Tyrone had a stuffed rabbit toy that he does not have in the final series. A clip of Me and My Friends was released in a 5-minute compilation video created by former crew members of Nickelodeon for its 10th year anniversary in the year 2000. There were around 3 seconds of video without the original audio, and at least 8 photos from the production were released by the pilot's costume designer. A Tale of Two Rangers and Byebye Beavers were episodes of The Angry Beavers that was produced sometime in 2001, and it was intended to be the show's finale. While not much is known about the first segment, the second segment caused much controversy among Nickelodeon staff, which led to the entire episode being unaired. The plot of Byebye Beavers involves the Beavers receiving mail alerting them that their show has been cancelled, with Norbert then having to break the news to Daggett that they were both in fact cartoon characters. They go on to break the 4th wall, with the voice actors calling each other by their real names, and criticizing the fact that after cancellation, cartoons continue to rerun without any payment being received by the creators. At the end of the episode, they both begin vanishing before yelling April Fools, implying that the episode was not intended to be the last, which went on to spawn a rumor that the show was cancelled due to the Byebye Beavers segment. Though most believe this to be false and that the creators made the segment in retaliation to the show being cancelled. Nickelodeon was far from pleased with the episode, namely due to the criticism of reruns and the fact that it broke a Nickelodeon rule, which stated that no final episode of a show is allowed to allude to the fact that the show is ending. As such, neither segment from the episode was ever broadcasted, although there were rumors that it aired in Australia and Europe. In 2006, during a podcast interview with Richard Horvitz on AvilMailman.com, the audio for the Byebye Beavers segment was played, and has been rapidly circulated since. It is not currently known as to whether the episode ever reached the animation process, as no visual evidence of it has ever turned up. But some people doubt the legitimacy of the leaked audio due to the laughter heard in the background. In fact, this laughter actually came from the hosts A.V. Millman and Horvitz while podcasting the clip. While rumors continue to surround the episode, it is unlikely that it will ever be officially released due to the reason it was cancelled in the first place.